Hello, gentlemen. If you're a man navigating your mature years, I need to ask you something. Have you ever wondered about the best ways to maintain your personal vitality and well-being after the age of 50 or 60? Or perhaps you've felt in quiet moments that there's a distinct lack of clear, reliable information on the topic of men's intimate health. If so, I want to assure you, you are far from alone. This is a topic surrounded by confusion, outdated myths, and a general silence that doesn't serve our health. This is one of the most common yet unspoken concerns I hear from men in their later decades. And after looking at the available information, it's easy to see why so much uncertainty exists. Studies show that while many men over 60 continue to prioritize their personal wellness, they often do so without a clear map, unsure of the real effects on their hormones, their prostate health, or even their sense of connection with a partner. That's why today we're going to have an honest, science-based conversation. My goal is to empower you with knowledge. I'm going to walk you through 10 surprising benefits of this personal wellness practice, and then just as crucially, 10 potential considerations you need to be aware of to ensure your approach is a healthy and conscious one. Let's begin by exploring the positive aspects. 10 positive benefits to acknowledge. Now let's explore the positive aspects together, the surprising benefits that this form of self-care can bring to a man's health as he enters his mature years. Let's think of our bodies as a marvelous interconnected system, and healthy habits are simply how we perform regular maintenance to keep that system running smoothly and efficiently. First, it maintains physiological health and circulation. Think of this through a fundamental principle of biology: use it or lose it. The process of achieving a natural physiological response is nature's way of increasing vital blood flow to the pelvic region. This process is far more than a simple reflex. It's like a form of gentle internal physical therapy. As blood is drawn into the tissues, it delivers a fresh supply of oxygen and essential nutrients. This nourishment is crucial for helping the tissues maintain their health and elasticity. This regular gentle activity helps the tissues stay accustomed to functioning, which is a key factor in maintaining healthy, reliable function as you age. Second, it supports prostate health. This is a top concern for so many gentlemen, and for good reason. It's an area of men's health that deserves more open conversation. Multiple large-scale scientific studies, including a landmark one from Harvard University, have suggested a significant link between a higher frequency of natural release and a lower associated risk for certain prostate issues later in life. The prevailing theory behind this is quite logical. This regular process acts as a natural flushing mechanism. It helps to clear out potentially harmful substances, old cellular debris, and latent inflammatory factors from the prostate's delicate ducts. You can visualize it like regularly clearing out pipes to prevent blockages and the buildup of unwanted material. Third, it strengthens the pelvic floor muscles. This is a group of muscles you might not think about often, but they are the foundation of pelvic stability and function. The rhythmic muscle contractions that occur during a peak moment of relaxation are a natural and surprisingly effective exercise for this entire muscular sling. A strong, well-toned pelvic floor is absolutely vital for providing structural support, enhancing bladder control, and playing a key role in preventing urinary incontinence, a common and often distressing issue for aging men. Fourth, it helps regulate the stress hormone cortisol. In our modern high-pressure world, chronically elevated cortisol is a silent enemy to our health, affecting everything from our weight to our heart. Scientific research has consistently shown that moments of deep relaxation and physical release lead to a significant and measurable drop in cortisol levels. Lower cortisol levels, in turn, help to regulate blood pressure, reduce the strain on your cardiovascular system, and alleviate feelings of anxiety, making this a powerful natural tool for both your heart and your mind. Fifth, it releases a wonderful cocktail of feel-good neurochemicals. A peak moment of relaxation triggers the brain to release a cascade of beneficial chemicals. Most prominent among them are dopamine, the molecule we associate with motivation and pleasure, and oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, for its role in fostering feelings of trust and connection. This entirely natural mood booster provides a tangible sense of well-being and emotional contentment, which is invaluable for our overall mental health, especially in combating feelings of loneliness or low mood. Sixth, it aids in the self-detection of physical changes. There is no one who can be more familiar with your body than you. This personal practice of self-care creates a regular opportunity to become intimately familiar with your own anatomy. This regular self-awareness is one of the most effective ways men can discover early signs of any changes, such as unusual lumps, areas of hardened tissue, or other anomalies that might otherwise go unnoticed for months or even years. As with any health concern, early detection is always the golden key to successful outcomes. Seventh, it improves sleep quality. A good restorative night's sleep is the foundation of an energetic day, but it often becomes a greater challenge as we age. After a moment of deep relaxation, the release of hormones like oxytocin and prolactin, combined with the reduction in cortisol, creates a powerful and natural calming effect. This helps the body and mind to relax deeply, making it easier to fall asleep, and more importantly, stay in a state of restorative deep sleep. Eighth, it enhances overall pelvic blood circulation. The benefits of increased blood flow are not just localized. This activity improves circulation throughout the entire pelvic basin. This is incredibly beneficial for the long-term health of the bladder, the prostate, and all of the surrounding musculature. Good circulation prevents issues related to stagnation and ensures that all the organs in the region are well nourished. Ninth, it can serve as a method for training personal control and endurance. For men who are looking to improve their personal stamina, this private practice provides a safe, pressure-free environment to apply techniques like the stop-start method. This process allows you to become a better listener to your body's signals and rhythms, helping you build greater control and understanding, which can then translate to more confident and satisfying experiences with a partner. And 10th, it keeps your desire and neural pathways active. We must always remember the brain is our most important organ when it comes to desire and vitality. By regularly engaging in positive fantasy and physical stimulation, you are keeping the neural circuits associated with desire and arousal firing and strong. Think of it like a muscle. If you don't use these pathways, they can weaken over time. Maintaining them helps you keep a healthy sense of vitality and responsiveness. 10 potential considerations and how to approach them. However, to paint a complete and honest picture, we must acknowledge that a healthy practice is always a mindful practice. So now let's discuss 10 aspects that require our attention, the potential considerations you need to be aware of, to ensure that this personal self-care always remains a positive and beneficial part of your life. Please remember, the goal of this section is not to cause anxiety, but to empower you with knowledge so you can remain in control of your health. First is the risk of social isolation. This is a subtle but very real risk. The problem arises when this practice stops being a healthy supplement to a rich emotional and social life, and instead becomes a complete substitute for real human connection. As we age, our social circles can change, and it can be tempting to find comfort in solitude. The solution here is conscious awareness. Be honest with yourself: is this habit enriching your life, or is it becoming an excuse to withdraw from social activities? Proactively schedule a coffee date, join a club, or simply call a friend. Second is the risk of skin irritation. Our skin, especially as we age, naturally becomes thinner and less elastic. If this act is performed too aggressively or without the support of a good lubricant, it can easily cause microscopic tears or general irritation. The fix is simple and is an act of respecting your body. Always be gentle and always use a quality water-based lubricant. Third is the issue of desensitization. Our brains are remarkably good at learning patterns. If you always stimulate yourself in the exact same way with the same pressure, the same rhythm every single time, your brain and nerve endings can become conditioned to only that specific type of touch. This can make it more challenging to respond to the different, more subtle types of stimulation that occur with a partner. The key here is variety. Consciously vary your technique, your rhythm, and your focus. Fourth, it can mask underlying health issues. This is an extremely important point that I cannot overstate. If you notice a significant difference in your physiological response when you are alone versus when you are with a partner, it might be tempting to ignore it. However, this could be a major red flag. It could be masking serious underlying health problems like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or hormonal imbalances. In fact, I need to pause here for a moment because this is critically important. Think of any sudden change in your body's function as the check engine light on your car's dashboard. You wouldn't just put a piece of tape over it and hope the problem goes away. Ignoring a warning sign doesn't fix the underlying issue. If you notice a persistent, unusual pattern in your body's responsiveness, it is essential that you see a doctor. An open and honest conversation with a healthcare professional is the wisest and most proactive step you can take to protect your overall health. All right, now let's continue with the remaining considerations. Fifth is nerve compression from poor posture. Many men don't pay much attention to their posture during this private activity. Sitting in a hard chair or hunching over for an extended period can put prolonged pressure on the pudendal nerve in the pelvis. This nerve is a major pathway for sensation. Over time, this repeated compression can lead to uncomfortable numbness, tingling, or even chronic pelvic pain. The ideal approach is to practice in a relaxed, comfortable position like lying on your back, with proper support from pillows. Sixth, it can become an unhealthy emotional escape mechanism. Life will always have its moments of stress, boredom, or frustration. Turning to personal release is a natural reaction. However, if it becomes your only tool for coping with every negative emotion, it can create a behavioral dependency. It's crucial to cultivate a diverse toolkit for managing your emotions, including activities like going for a walk, practicing meditation, talking with a trusted friend, or engaging in a hobby. Seventh is the feeling of guilt and shame. This is an invisible but very real burden for many men, often stemming from powerful cultural or religious taboos they were raised with. If these feelings persist and cause you genuine distress, they can negatively impact your mental health. It's important to understand that these feelings are often taught, not inherent. Speaking with a qualified sex-positive therapist or counselor can be incredibly beneficial to help you reframe this natural practice in a healthier, more accepting light. Eighth is the issue of pelvic congestion. While we've discussed that regular release is healthy, anything in excess can be counterproductive. Excessively frequent release multiple times in a single day over a long period can sometimes lead to a state of congestion, which is a buildup of fluid in the pelvic region causing a feeling of heaviness or aching. The solution here is simple moderation. The best advice is to listen to your body's signals. It is always your best teacher. Ninth is a potential impact on seminal fluid quality. This is only really a concern if you and a partner are actively trying to conceive. It is important to emphasize that this practice does not harm your long-term fertility. However, daily release can temporarily reduce sperm concentration in each sample simply because the body needs time to replenish its stores. For optimal quality for the purpose of conception, most studies suggest an abstinence period of 2 to 5 days is best. And 10th, a disconnection from reality often linked to online content. If this practice becomes heavily reliant on extreme or unrealistic online content, it can skew your expectations of real-life intimacy. The brain can become conditioned to expect a level of high-intensity stimulation that genuine human connection rarely, and perhaps shouldn't match. The golden key lies in balance. Make a conscious effort to use your own rich imagination and your positive memories of real experiences as your primary tools. So as you can see, this practice after 60 isn't simply good or bad. It is a tool, and like any tool, how you use it determines its effect. The secret ingredient always is mindfulness. Practiced with awareness, respect for your body, and moderation, it can be a powerful and marvelous ally for your health and vitality. I hope this conversation was helpful. I'd genuinely like to know what you think. What was the most surprising point for you today? Leave a comment below. Let's continue this important discussion together. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more straightforward, well-researched advice on mature health. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next conversation. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.